like a teacher. Come on. Welcome back, everybody. This is Josh with the GD Disc Golf Academy. If the goal of using this instructional series is to improve your form or gain more distance or more snap or more accuracy, the first thing you want to do is begin by improving your form. There are different forms. You have a backhand throw and you have a forehand throw. Those are traditionally the two types of forms that you need for a drive or an upshot. Which way do you need the disc to move? One of the first steps when rewriting your form is to start off with the Beto drill. The point of this is to make the arc of your arm or the apex of your throw, your release point, straight in front of your body. If you practice the Beto drill, you will become used to throwing from this position. With the peak of your throw, your release point, being straight in front of your body. You'll get used to turning your shoulders in order to gain momentum and force. You're actually twisting your body into position in order to let the momentum moving up your arm and forward like this to roll down your arm into the disc and snap and increase that distance. The Beto drill is a good way to start to rewrite your form. It is one of the key elements of the 4 positions in your backhand form. Next, we'll start talking about shot angles. A backhand right-handed is the same as a forehand left-handed, and vice versa. You control the angle, you control the shot. A flat angle of attack is exactly like it sounds, flat. A flat angle of attack will spin your disc forward until it fades the natural way it will. A hyzer angle of attack is going to be tilted as if you took the disc. This is the point of the disc that is the closest to your body, and this is the point that is the furthest away. You drop that point down. A flat angle is here, a hyzer angle is like this. You're throwing as though you were scooping up. A hyzer, or a scooping angle of attack, it's going to take a big half circular hyzer arc. Now, an anhyzer angle of attack is if you take the edge of the disc that's closest to you and the edge of the disc that's farthest away from you, and you turn it up like this. So you're throwing down, almost as though you were pitching a baseball. And that's going to get an anhyzer throw. That's a disc that curves against its natural fade, flattens out, and fades the way it will. That's often referred to as an anhyzer. A pitching angle will give you an anhyzer flick. A sideways motion, keeping the disc flat, will give you a flat angle of attack. And a scooping motion will give you a hyzer angle of attack for your flick. If you're talking about the backhand drive, it is important for a backhand drive to keep your elbow straight in front of your body. For your reach back, your arm extends, your forearm extends, but your elbow and the top of your arm stay in the same position. As you pull into the power pocket, like this top part of your arm still hasn't moved. You move your torso in order to get your arm in front of you. And then you snap it like a trebuchet and follow through. Since you've practiced the Beto drill, you'll know that you're aiming with your elbow. You control the line or the angle of attack with where your elbow is in relation to this center line. The more centered it is, the flatter your angle of attack. The lower you drop it, the more of a hyzer line. The higher you bring it, the more of an anhyzer or roller line. Caution, if you put too much anhyzer on it, it will turn into a roller. Or sometimes it won't even do that, it'll just whoosh into the ground. Your forehand throw will always fade in the direction of your handedness. For left-hand players, the left-hand flick fades left. For right-hand players, the right-hand flick fades right. Your backhand will always fade the opposite of your handedness. Left-hand players will fade to the right, and right-hand players will fade to the left. When performing the XStep, you step forward with your lead foot, you bring your trailing foot behind your lead foot, you put your weight, you shift your weight onto your trailing foot, and as you do that, you bring your lead foot up, and as you start to extend your lead foot, you should be at the same time reaching back. As your reach back reaches full extension, your foot should be reaching its full extension on your lead foot. You step slightly forward with that lead foot in order to start to pull your hips back around. Bring your arm down, brace yourself over your lead foot. All of your weight should be over your lead foot. You don't want any weight distributed to your trailing foot because you don't want it to drag. When you drill your heel down, you are beginning to pull that disc back into the power pocket. The moment that your foot hits the ground, you use that momentum that you just stopped by planting your foot. You allow it to come up your leg and into your hip. Into your hip as you're turning and down your arm until you finally get straight. Snap that arm out like a trebuchet. Like you've been practicing and getting comfortable with doing the Beto drill. And that disc will snap forward and fly very, very far. Your form when it comes to putting depends on how far from the basket you are or what type of putting you are planning on doing. There are many forms for putting. You have to find the one that you are most comfortable with. I wouldn't recommend using an XStep for any type of putt. Learn how to compensate for your putt by practicing, but you aim by looking. When you are putting, you don't want to take your eyes off the basket. Dial it in and throw. Smooth, consistent movement will net you better putts. Don't be afraid of putting. Have confidence in your form. Practice it. The more spin that you put on a disc, the farther it can fly.
It's too hot.
One of the most important tips with form is follow through. When you follow through, you are allowing the full force that you have brought into the power pocket, brought up from your hips, you're allowing that to snap into your disc. If you are trying to control that throw, you are spending half of the energy that you've created slowing the disc down so that you can stop your arm here. You're losing a great deal of power. Your follow through is allowing that motion to go into the disc, and then your body slows down. Always follow through in life and in disc golf. Thanks for joining us. This has been Josh with the GD Disc Golf Academy. We'll see you next lesson. Please enjoy yourselves, have fun, and throw more discs. A thought occurred to me that along with form, there's another good drill you can use to help with putting. You simply take a disc like this, you sit down, maybe at the couch or wherever you'd like to sit down, and you just flick the disc up. Just flick it up and catch it. Just flick it up and catch it. Right? And you'll learn to start flicking it up with your fingers. Right? Until you start to really feel dialed in. Just flick it over and over and over and over. That's the drill.